Today's late night car contemplation is about love. It's in the air right now. We are being reminded of it everywhere, and I love love. It's a beautiful thing. And I've been made aware over the past several weeks, there's been a whole string of people coming in, and what's been coming up for them are the choices they made before, whether it was relationships, who they chose, or what they did in with those choices. And they're coming to me in part because of the regret, because of the shame, because of the guilt and the embarrassment. And they'll often say they don't want to be reminded of them, or they will say that they've never told anybody these things before. And absolutely, there's always something that can be done with those things, whether it's formulas or acupuncture or integral medicine or emotional release techniques. There's always something to be done. But I hope this helps as well. There is a recent push in certain anthropological and psychological communities to recategorize love from the emotion category to the necessity category. So they basically want it lumped in with food, water, safety, shelter, warmth. And that actually makes a lot more sense to me for a number of reasons. But part of that is when you think of the choices you make for an emotion, they don't tend to be as extreme as the choices you make when you feel like you are being driven by a need. I remember I was, 17, 18, and a bunch of us had gone out canoeing, and we did not make good choices, and we canoed across this giant lake without enough water, without enough food, and in the worst and hottest part of the day. And by the time we got to the other shore, magically somehow still alive, we were starving, we were beyond thirsty, and I know looking back I had sunstroke. I'm not sure about anybody else. So nobody was functional. And we needed to get something into us just to make it through the night and have enough capacity to set up a tent. And the only thing we had within reach was beef stew, cold army rations. I don't eat beef stew at the best of times, and congealed um, MREs was not my idea of a good time. But I was starving, and I was thirsty, and I was sunstroked, and I finally ripped the top of it off. That took a good 5 minutes. I was that out of it. And I realized I had no cutlery, and I looked around for a stick, and I found a big enough stick, and I brushed it off on my shirt and thought, man, good enough. And as I scooped the first bite of horrific army rations and had a bite of it, I had this moment as it hit my tongue where I thought, this is the best thing I've ever had in my life. Why have I not done that before? Why don't they sell these at restaurants? Why is this not readily available? It was such a great idea. I can honestly tell you that since then, when I am in a sane and well-resourced and not dying of thirst and not starving and not in mid-sunstroke state of mind, I have never thought, you know what I'm going to do again? Go find myself a good stick and get myself some cold beef stew. But at the time, I felt like I needed it. And at the time, nothing else mattered, and it seemed like a really good idea. So if you are feeling starved of love or dying of thirst for love, and you made choices that hurt you, or choices that embarrassed you, or choices that are not the ones that you look back on as your most shining moments where you were the best to yourself, maybe you can just give yourself a bit of space for those and realize that when you're well resourced, you get to do better. And at the time, you were doing what you felt you needed to survive. I hope this helps. I hope you have a really good time surrounded by people, friends, family, partners who love you in beautiful, respectful, honorable, honest, caring, genuine ways, because I very much believe that you deserve that. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you back here soon. Take care.